It is finally time to do our pick'ems for CDL Champs 2023. As you can see by the logo here, we are going for the perfect bracket, although that's nearly impossible, but we will see how close we can get. I went ahead and did a little extra research and went through the records each team have against the other teams at COD Champs, so I know how well they've played this season against the other teams they will be playing at this event. And in case you're wondering, Optic led the way with a 62.5% win percentage against the other Champs teams, followed up by LA Thieves and NYSL, who both had a 54.55% win percentage against the other Champs teams. But let's just get right into our pick'ems, right? Obviously, there is no perfect way to do this. There is no best way to do this. We're just going to go based on what we're feeling and some research. Starting it off with Atlanta FaZe versus Seattle Surge. Right off the way, I'm going to go Atlanta FaZe. I think they're just a better overall team. Surge has, pushed them to their limits in a couple series, but overall, I think FaZe is a good team that's looking really strong right now. Surge kind of, Pred and Sid probably think they're on the way out from the team, going to be free agents. So I do think Atlanta FaZe takes this 3-1. Then we have Ultra versus LA Thieves. Obviously a bit of, back and forth rivalry building up there with Draza and Scrap. Toronto are 4-1 against LA Thieves on the year. And even though I'm a Thieves fan for that reason, I'm still going to go Ultra here. I'm going to give it Ultra 3-2. I think LA Thieves can keep it close, and I do believe in them to be able to win this, but I do think Ultra are probably the stronger team, and I've proved that in their series against them throughout the year. Then we have Optic versus Boston Breach. Now, Optic is 5-1 against Boston so far this season. I'm definitely thinking Optic can take this one. They look horrible at Major 5, but I think they can turn it around, and I'm going to give them the 3-1 victory. I do think this could even be a 3-0. I mean, a 5-1 record is pretty good throughout the season, but I do think Optic takes this. And then Subliners versus Rocker. Similar to what I just said with the last series, Subliners are 5-1 against Rocker this season, and they just won Major 5. I think it's easy to go with them. I will give that a 3. I'm going to give that a 3-0, honestly. I think Rocker could keep this series close and keep these maps close, but I got to remember to sprinkle some 3-0s in there. I mean, we just saw with Major 5 how many 3-0s are actually possible, especially at this time of the year. It's kind of crazy. So I'm going Subliners versus Optic in winners round 2. Then we get to our elimination rounds, which finds Seattle Surge versus LA Thieves in elimination round 1. These teams played each other 3 times throughout the year, and LA Thieves had a 2-1 record, so they had the extra win against Surge. I do think LA Thieves is the better team. I think Surge, like I said earlier, I think mentally they're kind of checked out for the season. Maybe they can turn it up at Champs, but I'm going to go LA Thieves. For the other elimination round 1 match, same thing as the last series. These teams played each other 3 times, and Breach had the winning record at 2-1. Breach versus Rocker, honestly, I don't really know what to expect. Both of these teams kind of hit or miss. I think Rocker are a little bit more in form and have a little bit more veteran presence and Champs experience under their belt. Not a little bit more, definitely a lot more Champs experience under their belt. Now I'm gonna go Rocker can take this in a 3-2. I think this actually could be a really good and a really close series, but I do think, that veteran presence, that Champs presence, that band springs, that attach brings, I think they will be able to take down Breach. Then we come back up for winners round 2. FaZe versus Ultra. I mean, this is a great matchup. These teams have they've played here 7 times this year, and FaZe is 5-2 against Ultra. And we also just saw FaZe beat Ultra at the major, at Major 5. So I do think this is an interesting one, right? I think this could go either way, but I'm going to lean the way of the experience in Atlanta FaZe. Obviously, rings all around on that team. I think they take this 3-2 here. I think Ultra could definitely win this series, but I'm going to go with the experience Atlanta FaZe has. Then we have Optic versus Subliners. Now, these teams played each other 3 times this year. Optic with a 2-1 record, so they have the winning record on this matchup here. Optic not really showed a lot at Major 5. NYSL really in form. Can they make it happen similar to what LA Thieves did, win back-to-back majors? I'm not sure, but I am going to go Subliners winning this. We'll go 3-2. I think they can keep this close. I think Optic could win this series, but just based on recent performances, it's hard to pick Optic. Then this sets up a pretty epic elimination round 2 matchup here with Optic and LA Thieves. Now, LAT are 5-2 against Optic this season. They really seem to be Optic's kryptonite when it comes to the teams in the top 8, these Champs teams. Optic has lost the most against LA Thieves. Their 5 losses against Thieves is the most they have against any of the other top teams. So I do think I'm taking Thieves in this. I think I'm going to take Thieves 3-1. I think they're just a better overall team. And as much as I want to see Optic, succeed, I mean, I'm wearing my Hex Quarters pullover crew neck right now. Both of these teams are the 2 teams that I root for mostly. And I'm just gonna have to go with Thieves, being as they've had Optic's number all year long. Then we have Toronto Ultra versus Minnesota Rocker, elimination round 2. These teams have played each other 3 times this year. Ultra with the slight advantage at a 2-1 record against Rocker. This is one of those series where I feel like we could see an upset. Obviously, Toronto is the better team. Rocker, you know, a bit of a struggle. I don't know how I feel about them, but like I said earlier, against with the Breach series, they have veteran presence, they have champs experience, and this is a team that I really do think could upset Ultra. And I feel like with all events, there's going to be upsets, right? There's going to be things you don't expect, and something inside me, something in my gut is telling me to go with Rocker. My head is telling me to go Ultra, but something in my gut, something in my heart is telling me to take Rocker here. I think they can upset Toronto Ultra in a game 5. Might be pretty bold, but I don't know. There's something inside me that doesn't feel right picking Ultra in this series and really wants to pick Rocker, so I'm going to go for it. And then for elimination round 3, LA Thieves versus Minnesota Rocker. The Thieves are 5-1 against Rocker this season, so obviously it's not looking great for Rocker. I'm going to go Thieves. I think they, you know, 3-0 sweep them and move their way into the elimination final. And then we have our winners finals with Atlanta FaZe versus the New York Subliners. Now, throughout the season, they've played each other 5 times, and the Subliners actually have the advantage as they have 3 wins and Atlanta FaZe only has 2. But, you know, FaZe has that experience. Subliners just looked really, really good at the major. You know, it's one of those things where what could really happen? Can Subliners keep up that that pressure that they've been building? I just think it's hard to doubt FaZe, especially at champs. I know that they've had some choking in the past at majors and last year, blah, 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 whatever you want to say. But I'm going to go FaZe 3-2. I just think their experience is going to prevail. And I think it's hard to keep up that kind of momentum that they've had from Major 5, especially with like a 2 to 3 week break in between Major 5 and Champ. I don't know. I think Subliners could take this, but I'm going to go FaZe. And then that sets up a Subliners Thieves matchup to see who can join FaZe in the finals. This would be a really good matchup to see in elimination finals. Subliners are 2-1 against Thieves, so they played 3 times. Subliners have won 2 out of the 3. No, I think this could go either way, but I'm gonna back my boys in the LA Thieves. They're gonna take this 3-2 and give us a rematch of the grand finals from last year. And to end it off in our best of 9 grand finals, I'm letting my bias show. I don't really care. I believe in the LA Thieves. I really think that they could make this run. I think they have what it takes, and I do think they can take down Atlanta FaZe in this series. We're gonna go 5-3. I think this event is really up for grabs. I think a lot of teams can make a run. Don't know what to expect from Optic. I think they could do good. I think Ultra obviously could make a run. Subliners has shown how good they are. We know how good FaZe are. We know how good Thieves are. But I'm gonna go LA Thieves. I'm gonna back my boys, and I'm gonna say that they can take this major. So back-to-back rings for LA Thieves. Is that a bit crazy? It might be, but it is what I'm going with. I will hit save predictions right here. You can see they cannot be modified. I'm submitting my predictions. Might be a bit crazy going with LA Thieves here, considering how they performed this last stage, but I'm gonna back them, and I'm gonna see how they can do at Champ. Let me know what you think about this. People might think I'm crazy, especially not only with Thieves winning, but with Ultra losing to Rocker. I don't know. I'm just feeling there's got to be an upset here somewhere, right? And that's where I'm gonna pick my upset. Let me know who you have winning Champs. Let me know who your finals matchup is. I do think we can get a rematch of FaZe versus Thieves, and maybe FaZe is more of the favorites, but I'm gonna back my Thieves. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Drop a like, sub for more CDL content, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one.